Okay, hello everybody at home, wherever you are in London, Czechoslovakia, or Poland. So we are in the portion of Ekev. And as we call this program, we're reading actually from the Torah, we're reading from the Zohar, but we make it lighter, or light plus. And we call this program basically weekly inspiration, that we inspire you every week. So what do I want to inspire you with in this week? The word Ekev, if you look, Ekev can be translated into because of. Okay, and the portion say Ekev tishme'un, if you will listen, or because you will listen. But also Ekev is the same letters or the same words for the word the ankle or the heel of your body. And if we look at Rashi commentary on the Bible, on the Torah, he explained that it's all the spiritual concept that we don't take seriously. That's what Ekev is about. So we need to get into it. What does that mean? I don't take some spiritual thing seriously. So Rashi explained that there is sometimes the big thing of spirituality that we take very seriously, and sometimes we have the small thing. So for example, what is the most important thing that you can do spiritually, and what is not as important as it is? For example, saving somebody who's dying, is that important spiritual thing? I think yes. Go buy a tissue box for somebody that might be sneezing. Weak, not so strong, right? Think about somebody about to sneeze again. So spiritual doing has two levels: the major spiritual doing and the not so important. So Rashi, Rabbi Shlomo Yitzchaki, that's his name, right? That this week, this inspiration week, has to do a lot with what we step with our foot, and that's what's called Ekev. Ekev means heel or ankle. Things that you take your ankle and you step on it because it's so little, so who care about it? It's actually, spirituality begins with a small thing, not with a big thing. Big thing is obvious, everybody's doing it. Don't kill, I'm not. Don't steal, I'm not. But now it's telling you, can you please ask that person if he's okay? But I'm not killing, not stealing, I'm not hurting people, I'm not destroying people's home. Come on, I'm good. That's the big spiritual thing. And this week is about start looking step by step on the small thing that we are not doing, on the small thing that we should be doing. So I want to take you to maybe a moment that you think to yourself. Because if I'm going to talk, it's not going to happen. So just either close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Think about one thing. It's just so small. So small. It's not even an effort. But I'm actually, a lot of time, not in the mood to do it. I'm actually not in the mood to do it. I know I should be doing it, and no big deal. What is this one thing that you can do? Because we can talk, but if there is no commitment, not to me, not to God, to you, that I'm actually, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Now let me do it. So take a minute, okay? I'm giving you a minute to think about it, all right? And see what's come to your mind. Good evening. Yeah, we have one seat next to Faye. Yeah. See? Okay, so there is one thing that we might be skipping on. And this is the one thing that define if I'm spiritual or not. What about that I don't kill, I don't steal? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. But it's not yet what Ekev is about. Ekev is telling us, think that I'm stepping on with my heel. The Tikkunei Zohar and the Zohar bring another section connecting to Ekev. And he writes like that. when the soul leaves the spiritual universe, because we are in a body. I don't know if you know, but we still live in a body. That body that get fat, that body get issues, toilet, shower, that's called body. Going to the gym, body. The soul has nothing to do with the body. It's not the same thing. So that entity, the soul, that is all love and sharing, motivated to change, motivated to make different things in the world, going inside and being captured in prison. What's the name of that prison? Body. Can you imagine? So the soul, every day, by the way, every day, it's a kol hanshamat hallelujah. Every day, the soul is screaming, how can I get out of this body? The soul don't want to be inside that body, because that body is limitation. So before the soul coming to this body, the soul go to God and say, do you have a words of wisdom? Can you imagine? Like each and one of us did it. Like before we say, listen, I know I'm going to be in prison called the body. Give me something. Give me something. God, give me one thing. I can make it. Give me one thing. So God answered to the soul something that is written in the book of Solomon called Songs, Shira Shirim. And God said to the neshama, to the soul like this, Tse'ilach bi'ikve atzon. Go with the herds of the sheep and the cow. No, not with their leg. Am I translating it correctly? With the leg, with the heel, with the ankles of the sheep and the cow, and then you're going to find your spiritual journey. Tell us, Tikkun HaZohar, what does that mean? Tse'ilach bi'ikve atzon. So, Tikkun HaZohar take it to another level. It's teaching us that when a person wants to find a spiritual journey, you need to look for a few things. First, children. But not regular children who just play, video game. Talk about kids that they have mission in this life. When I say kids, it's usually, there's many categories till 3 years old. It's one type of kids. From 3 till 5 and 5 till 13. After that, they're not kids anymore. So there's no point to chase teenager. So until 10, 11, that's the limit. The Talmud say 11, some other sections say 12. 13 is the ultimate, like for sure it's not the kids anymore. But till 11, around that time, they give you all description. I'm embarrassed even to say the description. How do you know? Don't go there. But let's say if you meet 5 years old, definitely a kid, you asking them about spirituality if they are born to spiritual parents or if they practice some type of spirituality, and they will answer. That's one answer Tikkun HaZohar teaching us. Second answer, Tse'ilach bi'ikve atzon. Go with the sheep and the cow, or with the leg, with the leg or the heel or the ankle of the sheep and the cow. Meaning, find spiritual people, spiritual teacher that are not yet famous, or they're not as big as they're meant to become, and people step on them. Step on them. What does it mean step on them? That's like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is famous, right? Everywhere I say the name, you type in the name, Rabbi Shimon, big shot, big shot. He wasn't big shot for 13 years. He was hiding in a cave and revealing the book, which is considered what is written by other Mekubalim, other Kabbalists, that after Mount Sinai, it was no other book like the 10 Commandments. It was only Tikkun HaZohar. That's what they say. It's equal. Can you imagine? Within Tikkun HaZohar. So was he famous? Was he famous in the eyes of God? Yeah. God was there. Elijah the prophet was there. Moses, Achia Shiloni. Those all dead people, just to let you know, visit, and they wrote it together. Rabbi Shimon and his son. What did they do? How famous they are? Who was the PR company? Nobody. They will bury themselves in the dirt till the neck, so the clothes will not wear off. And then when they need to do meditation and pray, they wear the clothes, they think, then go back to the dirt. That was the clothes for 13 years. What food they eating? Carob. Today carob is very famous. You know what carob is? They make chocolate from carob. But in those days it was break a piece. Those of you who never ate it. And water. What a wonderful for the stomach. All this doctor, I don't think will agree with that. Maybe the vegan will. But if you look at it, we are talking about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the most famous Kabbalists ever live, ever, never will live, don't have a group who follow. No, nobody follow. So from that teacher, follow that teacher. Right? I mean, we can have a rabbi or a priest, 5,000 people. Right? Like a rock star. You know, when the rock star, when they do meow, like this, and the same, the rabbi, they go, wow, whooshie, everybody is standing, right? Like the famous guy that I enjoy him a lot, Joel Osteen. You know Joel Osteen? When he have 50,000, everybody's standing. It's fun. But the Zohar said, "Tzeilach b'ikvatza." No, you have to follow the one who know it all, but still bekisui, still cover. Tzeilach b'ikvatza. But what does that mean? If you want to study spirituality, and you study a lot of the time spirituality based on what common sense. Because what is spirituality? Manners is not necessarily spirituality. Manners mean good behavior. It is part of spirituality, but it's not always spirituality. Do you understand what I'm saying? Spirituality have to have some attachment to the Creator, the divine. Why am I doing it? Because I'm not the boss. Why am I not the boss? Because I didn't create myself. My parents create the body as I know it. But that soul, that called the soul in me, not mine. So the body is not mine, created by my parents. The soul is not mine, created by God. How can I even feel better than another human being? I was created maybe better. So I can say, they created a better body for me from above and a better soul. Thank you very much. Thank you. Tzeilach be'ikve atzon. Go. You say to the soul, go with who? Third explanation, with somebody that everybody step on and nobody even care about. And that's what brings us to something deeper. Humble. When a person gets to a certain level of being humble, I'm not talking about fake humble. There's many fake humble, oh my God. And people who use the word like, wow, I didn't know that, and all type of nice words. I'm talking about inside, humble. They know that they're nobody. Not the outside, they show everybody, you know, people who show to everybody that they know that they're nobody. It's an ego, what is this? It's a new trick of the ego. I'm such a terrible person, I should not forget about your birthday. Why are you telling me that? Why do you tell me a terrible person don't know the terrible person? So why do you tell me a terrible person? Just stay terrible inside to yourself and make sure they judge you even more if you want to be humble. Let them judge you even more that you are a really terrible person. Just don't answer back. You want to learn to be humble? There is practice. It takes years of practice. Years of practice. King Solomon, can we show King Solomon here? King Solomon, I cannot read the whole words, it's kind of complicated. Who's reading? Michelle, can you read it? I think the mic will catch it. It's a good mic.
Is rather to be chosen.
By the way, this is from King Solomon in the book that called Mishle. What? Proverbs. Thank you.
And loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. A prudent man seeth the evil and hideth himself, but the thoughtless pass on and are punished. The reward of humility is the fear of the Lord, even riches and honor and life.
Now, the reward of what? Of humility, yeah, is the fear. It could be fear or it can be an awe, okay, of the Lord, of God. And the idea is, it's what make you rich eventually, what make you kavod, whatever that you want in your life. Kavod means honor. But try to change the word from fear to an awe. I mean, you can live fear. Fear is a good start for spirituality. It's not a bad thing. Many people in the modern society feel it's a bad word. That's why everybody is afraid of everything, right? Because nobody want to talk about fear. But fear is a good start for spirituality. You're afraid to die, and if you be spiritual, you live longer. Wrong motivation, but in the beginning. Better than you can kill and nothing will happen to you. You know, all the parents are saying, don't worry about it. You get killed, nothing will happen to you. So the idea is fear is a beginning. But the reward of humility, the reward of being humble, humility, is actually get you to a place that you fear God, kind of confusing. So my goal in life is either fear God, respect God, love God. Basically, that's only three levels that exist. Fear, awe, and love. Fear, awe, and love. So you wake up in the morning, you fear God. What does that mean, even fear God? I don't know if you ever work in a factory or in a certain job. I remember my first job. I had a lot of first job because I get fired often. But one of the job that I work in a factory, I went to a factory and didn't get the memo how many break you're not allowed to take. And but the boss was amazing human being. And I think I was maybe 14 or 15. And I go there, got a job, good money. And I'm taking a break for coffee, taking a break for sandwich, because it was a physical job, very physical. And it's good money. So I'm going in there. And the beautiful is I didn't have a fear from the boss. Everybody else had a fear from the boss. So they work better. Fear is a motivation if you have fear not to have money. If you have fear not to be healthy, right? I mean, lately the vegan become the in thing, right? The avocado syndrome in LA. Everybody's into avocado, right? So now, fear, you're going to get sick or your skin. You tell a woman that if you don't eat avocado, your skin will actually get older much faster. What's going to happen? See all women with avocado all day long. What happened? Fear is a motivation. Great motivation. But it cannot stay fear. You have to climb. Then the next level, respect. Because otherwise you have no relationship to God. You're just afraid. So, your boss. The first job I have no fear from him. That's why respect cannot be built. Do I love him? I don't know him. I think I love him. I love him now because he invited me to his office. Say, listen, before I fire you, I would like to give you a few words of advice. The nicest person. And it didn't even hurt me because I didn't care. So he looked at me and said to me, listen, you seem like a smart guy. This job is not for you. It's for people who just need to use the body. You seem like you're thinking. I don't want somebody to think. I want somebody to work. You don't need to think here. And when I look at you, a very nice guy, I say, you need to find a job that has to be with the mind, with the brain, with the mouth. That's what you're going to be good with. He was a great advisor for me. And he gave me the money. I didn't do a lot. He gave me the money. For 4 days, here's even extra. And I was touched in a level that I wasn't touched at that moment. Because the ego was there. Sometimes, when the ego is there, you don't let the blessing coming inside. And King Solomon said the reward of humility. The reward of humility is getting some connection to God. Why would you fear God if you're not thinking of yourself small? If you don't think that the body was created by your parents and the soul created by God, why would you even respect your maker? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you even wake up in the morning and say, wow, thank you, I'm alive? People go to sleep at night, they test the test of death, say the Zohar, and they don't jumping from the bed and say, I'm alive! Can you imagine? There's people who wake up in the morning, first thing they do after 5 minutes, they start fighting. Husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, dog, didn't do it, this, do it, that. Why are we fighting? There is no humility, there is no humility that turn you into appreciative turn you into more and more appreciative, and just everything is just unbelievable. But this has to start as King Solomon, the wisest man ever lived, said, you want to achieve connection to God, to the Lord, you have to start with humility. Connecting us to this week. Ekev. If a person wants to get into a place of really understanding and see, a person has to get to the Ekev, has to get to the ankle, to the heel, to the lowest place. And if you're not capable of being low, that's mean the message didn't arrive yet. I remember there was a lady who came to see me. She was in this terrible condition. It was 5 years ago. Terrible condition. Her job was actors. She performed in front of people, movies. And I said, how bad it is. I didn't know who she was. I said, it's really bad. I'm not getting a job, and I'm losing it. I've stopped believing myself. So what was the last job? She told me what was the last job. I cannot mention it. So I said, okay, we're going to sit together and write a letter to the producer of your last job. Say, are you out of your mind? So that's what we're doing. We are humiliating ourselves until you don't humiliate yourself to become dust. How can something come from above? If you are above, how can the above pour to you the blessing? You have to lower the glass, and then the bottle of wine can pour into the glass. But if the glass is above the bottle of wine, hey, you gotta go down. It's not for a point of manners. So she had a hard time. She fight with me, screaming at me. She's a tough lady. She came back 3 months after. She disappeared. So, okay, what should I write? So we sit together, we're writing it. Nice letter, half a page. She sent it. And we didn't think nothing of it. We pray, we meditate. 3 months after that, producer, you know the show. It's a very big show on HBO. Called and said, wow, so thank you that you wrote to me. I was looking for this. Please come, we have 2 episodes that you will play the main role. I really need you. She went, and she looked at me and said, can you believe it? I said, it's not about the letters. Don't let the ego get to you. Forget the letter. It's not about that you are good, you are perfect actors. So what? But it's about, are you capable to lower yourself and it's not bothering you? Unfortunately, I meet many people in my life that actually bother being nobody. If you bother being nobody, why do you want to be somebody? If you can't be nothing, why you want to be something? Something of what? What is your something? Your greatest achievement of a human being is, am I capable not to become nothing? Am I capable to become nothing? Am I capable to become nothing? If you're not, then what are we talking about? The greatest leader, I don't care what religion you are, Muslim, is Muhammad. Those of you who know the Quran, you know when he helped in Mecca, so they had to do something there. So they carry something together, and he lowered himself. If it's Jesus washing the foot of the people with leprosy, if it's Moses, when all the community attack him, he put his face into the dirt, they say, Vanochi afar va'efer. All those leaders become leader because they were willing to become nothing, but not because it was the goal. They say to themselves, if I cannot become nothing, then maybe I'm nothing. If I can become, most fear you have is that one day you will become nothing. You will become poor, not famous. Nobody would know you exist. Nobody visit your grave. People are some worry about the grave. One gonna try to write about my grave. What am I writing? Zig Ziglar make a big deal for me. Tony Robbins, Les Brown, all the biggest speakers like, well, it's going to be written on your grave. I don't know what's written. I don't think that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, you take somebody as famous as he is in Kabbalah, you wasn't busy like talking to the lawyers. I think the stone should be maybe a little black, brown, white on the side, and you should. Rabbi Pinchas Ben Yair, you know who Rabbi Pinchas Ben Yair? That's in Israel, the circle. He told people 2,000 years ago, don't ever even put a stone on the grave. Nothing. No memory, no name. Every few hundred years, they put a stone actually. They just did it again. They just did it 5 years ago. And after a few years, it's exploded, it's all stone there. If you ever go there, you see pieces that explode, and nobody knows exactly what works. So the 5 years ago, some rabbi said, we're going to put it. Again, they keep doing it every few hundred years. They keep deciding to put it because he's a very famous Kabbalist. But he didn't want the written material and all this and that. Now the question you have to ask yourself this week, are you willing to become nobody? And not because special nobody, because that's it, that's somebody. Like to become nobody, meaning that you are the brush in the hand of Leonardo da Vinci creating the Mona Lisa. Every one of us can create a Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa doesn't mean, I'm using the metaphor. It's what you came here to do. But they say, Master of the World, God, I know I'm not perfect. I know I have a lot of issue, but I want to become useful. Here I am. Take me, make me useful. Let me meet the right people. Let me meet the right situation. Make me the one. I want that. I want to become useful for you, God. Please. I know you don't need me, but a little bit. Just use me to make, I don't know, the Mona Lisa needs a line of red there. That's it. I will be happy. But if you understand that you are the brush in the hand of Leonardo da Vinci, what do you worry about? What do you worry about? What people think about the brush? You're not the main idea. You're not, it's not about you. It's about the painter. So what are you busy with? Well, they might judge me. The way I speak, let them judge you. Maybe the brush needs to be replaced. Okay, next brush. We need to start getting into Ekev. Ekev means ankle, heel. Lower yourself, but when you lower yourself, get excited. I was able today to become nothing, to become nobody, to let somebody else control my mind, tell me what to do. Some people say, no more people tell me what to do. Why not? Why no more? If you are an idiot or stupid, and the person next to you is the smartest person, and they tell you what to do, and you're going to win. Why no more let people tell you what to do? I had a couple who were fighting. They only married for, 13 months. Fighting. I asked them a funny question. They didn't like it at the beginning. I said, after 13 months, you still have something to fight about? 13 months, it's a short period. And after a few years, there is a lot of cases. I'm holding grudge. Your birthday, my birthday, anniversary, forgot, I'm going to show you that. You build up something. 13 months, what is this? What do you find? In the end, they were laughing. I said, what are you fighting about? What is it about, even your fight? Tell me the subject. What actually are you talking about? So then they will start smiling. And in the end of every fight, she's very smart, is also very smart, but she's actually practical, great advisor, and is very lucky she loves him. Very lucky. Seriously lucky that she loves him. Because she's holding herself to become nothing so he can shine. But his shyness is not even the night. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if you understand. It's cloudly night. There's nothing going on there. He thinks that his shyness is unbelievable because he say a lot of smart words. But in the end of the day, like if we bring it to money, or if we bring it to accomplishment, or if we go see a new apartment for rent, there is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, the way she presented, I help her, of course, before the meeting. Say, he's a man, we cannot insult him, we have to do it right. I tell her, I wrote for her what she's going to say. And I said, you're going to say it slowly, not harsh, because then you're going to crush him. And then I tell him, if you think you're stupid in the area of real estate, and she's genius in real estate, what's the big deal of listening to? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. She know. Goodbye. What to do? Here, I'm your brush. Where am I going? I don't know. You know, if I go hotels, right, with my family, I don't know how to complain. I'm very bad. I mean, with my accent, with my look, with dark skin and beard, terrorist unit, right away, they're arriving. You know, it's true. It's a true story. You know, my wife go complain, Baruch Hashem, we're getting this for free, this. I don't know what she's saying to them. I have no idea. I try. I'm going on airline, Lufthansa. I'm enjoying myself. Unbelievable. They come back, they be talking to them, we get the whole ticket for free. How do you get it? I mean, what did you tell them? I want to take notes so I can do it. No, how to do it. I try. Just create fight if I try. So every person has a gift. If we allow the gift to happen with our being a little bit more humility, what does it say? Even riches, honor, life, how long you're going to live, how much kavod, how much honor you're going to have, and how rich you will be is defined by the idea of are you willing to become nothing. And unfortunately, it's almost like a disease. People don't want to become nothing. We're not good in everything. Let's admit it. We're not good in everything. I can cook, but I cannot iron. You let me struggle with this iron thing. Never did it. Try 20 hours. Took a lesson. I'm embarrassed to tell you. Took a lesson how to iron shirt, how to do it with the sleeve. And in New York, when I live in New York, you wear jackets, tie. I learned to iron only that part. And it's a true thing. Don't get it. I try. And when I do one part, the other part go bad. When I do this part, whatever. I bought the spray, whatever. Make it hard, like it doesn't move. It doesn't work. I'm not good. There is area you have to say, stop. Not good at it. Not good. But I'm willing to be a servant. Let's say Passover is arrived. We're cleaning the house. We're cleaning everything. Never been good with cleaning, physical thing, and organizing. But I'm a great soldier. So I'm standing, and my son Yehuda, we are very similar, standing in front of my wife, whoever in charge of the clinic, okay, we are here to do whatever it takes. And I love it. I don't want to even know why is the oven first and not this. I don't know why this. I don't know. I don't figure it out. I try, cannot figure it out. I'm going into my closet. I have to clean the closet. I'm like a kid. I said, honey, where do I start? Right, left, center? I said, first get everything out, and you do that. I'm getting older. It's a paper, and I'm start going by that. Why are you ashamed when you don't know something? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? And I'm talking with passion to you because I'm starting to realize already for so many years that people are missing so much in life because this stupid gava and ego that killing us. And that's why Ekev is such an important parasha. So, first thing, if you want to get everything you ever want in your life, everything, just everything. What is a soulmate? You're going to get it. Money, you're going to get it. Fame in your company, you're going to get it. Whatever you want. Be willing to start making a list, the thing that you're willing to skip. Say, I'm not good at it, but I need help. Guide me. Either tell me what to do, either guide me or teach me, but to be able to say, I don't know. In the Talmud is a book was written 2,000 years ago. It says in Masechet Brachot, ילמד אדם עצמו להגיד לא יודע. A person should teach himself to say, I don't know. And if a person don't say it once a day, maybe the ego went in. Rabbi Isaac Luria, Baal Shem Tov, the famous two Kabbalists, before they die, what was their wish? Like all the students standing there, 1,000 students. שלא תיכנס רגלי למידת הגאווה. Before they die, it's a few minutes, they say, may my foot, my leg, my foot, my ankle, will never step into the ocean of ego. That's what they wish, both of them, the same wish. Before they die, they were nervous that they might miss something there. So guys, I think it's a great lesson from all the Kabbalists to get them. Now, I would like to take you to another level. I will make it short because the time, I'm sorry. And then we're going to go to another thing. This is a section I'm sure you saw 1,000 times, but I would like to give it to you from, please start reading it, please.
At the end of all of those gates, he set up a gate with many locks, many openings, and many chambers, one on top of the other. He said, whoever wants to reach me must first pass through this gate. Whoever enters through this gate may enter. The same applies here as the first gate to the supernal wisdom is the fear of Hashem, which is Malchut. This is why it is called the beginning. So, basically that gate that we're talking about is called the gate of fear or the gate of awe. Now remember what King Solomon said, if you want to get to that gate, to the gate of fear or gate of awe, toward God, toward the Lord, toward the divine, you have first to humiliate yourself. You have first to make yourself smaller. Otherwise you don't even get to those gates. This is for people who already make themselves small, and now they are in front of that gate they call gate of Yirah, gate of awe. So let's say what Rav Ashlag in 1922 write about it. Rav Ashlag said, we need to understand what is the Zohar want from us here. And the Rav Ashlag, and I'm going to make it short because that section by itself can take 3 hours. You know, it's one of my favorite. And it's in the Akdama, in the introduction of Sefer HaZohar. Rav Ashlag say like that. How come, if the divine God created the universe with one purpose. What was the purpose of God to create the universe, to create us? Lehenot lenivrav. To make pleasure to the one He created. So, if you want to know the mind of God, what was God thinking in the morning when He created us and everything, how can I give them pleasure? Ask Rav Ashlag, how come we don't have pleasure in every minute? It seems like there is a contradiction. There is a contradiction, okay? Question, I'm skipping a lot of part just to get to the point of understanding how important is being less of what I want to be and to be controlled by people. People say, nobody's going to tell me what to do. Why not? If I don't know, control me, please, take over. So he's saying like that. מבחינה זו נמצאים כל ענייני הנהגה בהשגחתו יתברך, everything that is being supervised by the divine, totally in a paradox from what it meant to be, because we don't have pleasure all the time. So what is the story with the locks?
what is the story with the locks? And he continued, until a person is not acting on and behaving on a spiritual journey to connect to the divine. What's the reason to become spiritual? Unfortunately, I remember I was teaching this. There's a newspaper in New York, I don't know if it still exists. It's called Avenue. It's a magazine for Upper East or Upper West. Avenue. So they want to ask me about all the study of spirituality, and unfortunately in the end they wrote everything I say, but they brought a student. When the teacher is not yet in the good level, then the student you also get. So the student said, well, spirituality helped me with my golf game.
Oh.
I'm looking at it, it's good, it's good, it's a beginning, golf is a beginning. Here, spirituality is about how close and how your connection to the divine become. And say like that. Elu hazakaim, the one who has the zchut, the merit, the one who merit, to get to be humble. Then what happened to them? Why is it so important? They take every dark moment in their life and it turn it into light. And every bitter moment into sweet moment. Because the separation they going through, and the locks that they meet, and the impossible that not work, and the health issue, and the money issue, and all of the other issue, they look at it and say, wow, if there is a lock here, something's going on behind this door. I'm going to go through that. And I'm willing. The darkness become light, and the bitter becomes sweet. You ever saw kids when they play video game? Very sweet moment, right? They're quiet. Why parents love video game for the kids, or the iPad? The iPad is the new mother and father of the children. People play game. How do they know in a video game they are before next level? There's issues. It's called locks. They have locks. Nothing works. Everything is there. But what makes them so excited? Because they know they are 2 minutes away from going to the next level. So before you go into the next level, okay, you have to have a tough locks, tough door. Nothing works. But if you get angry, the ego get hurt, you get upset, you can open those locks. You can go to that door. And what happened? Everything become like, look at my life. Look at my life, nothing works. You're right. Look at my life, so many locks. You're right too. Can you tell them you lie? No, they're telling the truth. Nothing works in their life. No relationship, no money, nothing. Look, those people who say, I'm eating nothing and I'm getting fat. Even they're not even lucky making a diet. Even making a diet can't. I'm eating nothing. I'm in the gym all day long and look at my body. I'm just getting fat. What happened? Locks, door. Then you take the other people and say, okay, wait a minute. There's something going on here. Something is going on. It's not working. That means I'm missing something. Behind that door, there is the answer for all the secret. If I'm going to get angry about the locks in the door, I'm not thinking how to get there. I'm thinking about the issue. Is there an issue? Absolutely there is. Because the issue that you meet is the issue that you have. It can meet different issues. It can't. Whatever you're not capable of overcoming internally, you're going to find it externally. It's life. It's not a punishment. People look at the punishment. No, it's a reward. To say that, Eliyahu, we just realized you don't see your ego. Let me present the ego how it look like. Locks, door. Are you willing to make yourself a little smaller? So things will get a little smaller. The lock will disappear. The door will disappear. And then you can see. נהפכו להם עתה כולם לבחינת כוחות ייחודה. And then, everything that looks like separate and random bad news, it becomes unified with the divine. ונמצאים מאחרים לכל העולם לכף זכות, כי כל כוח וכוח משיים על נתן לשערי צדק. And they change the whole world because of who they are. And everything that was an issue And every door that was locked becomes Sha'arei Tzedek. Sha'arei Tzedek mean gates of justice, or gates of opening for great thing. And at that moment, the person starts to feel that they connect to the divine. That's spirituality. So wow, God meant only good for me. God never punished me. He just wanted me to have good thing. But the reason I'm experiencing locks and doors, this is preventing me to go into that room when I'm not ready. You're about to do presentation for work, but you come only with underwear. You have underwear. Great presentation. It's going to pay you $5.2 billion. So the locks is locked for somebody with underwear, and there's locks. And you are angry about the locks and angry about the door. How dare you keeping me outside? Once you realize, the ego go down and you start dressing nice. And you're willing to hear some advice of other people. You dress nice. The door open, the lock open. You're going in. What do you say? Oh my God, thank God you didn't let me in. Why do you look at the locks now and the door? Thank you for not letting me in with underwear. I just could lose $5.2 million. Every locks and door is to prevent you to go through something terrible that you're not ready for it yet. But at the moment that you look at the lock and the door as an opportunity actually to overcome, which is great for you, you are getting excited. But it's only happen if you humiliate yourself. Unfortunately, people are not willing to become nothing. Right? I mean, what do you want to talk about? You go to cafe, you go to restaurant, you go to bar, you go to dance, you go to this. What people talk about? Well, if it's parents, my son go to there, my daughter go to this school, my this school. No, but nobody's talking about like, I wish I can be at that level. No, it's present, especially in LA. I mean, I don't need to tell you. In Los Angeles, it's all title. People walk with title attached to the ears. Who do I want to be? They call it who I am. You know, who I want to be and who I am become equal in Los Angeles. We have to act. This is the area. It's not that I'm judging it. I'm just saying we are like this because we're not strong enough to be able to handle locks and doors. When a person practices spirituality and he changes his desire or her desire, that I want to receive everything because I know how much pleasure is giving you, divine. You created me to receive all the goodness. So if there is locks and door, that means that I'm about to receive those goodness, not because you, the force, want to give it to me. It's because I want it. And if I want it, it's like going into a meeting with underwear. I want to change myself first, divine. Let me work on myself so I will receive it only to give pleasure to you, divine. And if I do it with that kind of energy, that's being humble. That's humility. And if you get to that humility, everything is a blessing. Even the locks, door. Because when you meet something that's not working yet, just yet, it's when you're not ready, which is great too. Don't get angry. Don't judge. Wonderful. Now let me work on myself. So it say, כי סותמים את שערי ההתקרבות, מרחיקים אותנו מהשם יתברך. So the locks and the door are blocking us until we're ready to receive it for the sake of sharing. אבל אם אנו מתגברים עליהם, שלא ישפיעו לנו לצנן אהבתו את רבנו. If you don't get angry with the locks and the door, because they freeze your love toward your divine, meaning you get angry with the divine that you think he forget you, the locks become entrance, the door become chambers, because you realize that what I want to give you is greater, but you have to want it because they want to give you. You cannot want it because you want it. If you want it because you want it, that's arrogant, that's ego. That's terrible ego. But if you want it because you know how much pleasure the angels and the God has, when you receive it, then how much can you receive? Endlessly. And then you dance. So if something is not working yet the way you want it, which I think happened to most of us, right? Look at it like, I'm not ready yet, and I'm happy that it's still locked. I'm happy. I'm happy. But I'm praying to the divine, please make me ready to receive your pleasure, okay? So this is another thing that help. Any question on that you want to ask? Yeah, we still have time. That's good. Okay. Question. Sorry. So this is finish the one idea of how to enter to this week. I have to remember, this week is tremendous energy, always Ekev, tremendous energy. That's what we're doing this weekend, Shabbat, we're going to have food and celebration. Now, what is the other thing? How do you get even to want to be humble? And that's a mind-blowing. I did a lecture yesterday to Israeli, and I discussed with my wife Debbie if I want to give it to all of you tonight. And I said, maybe not, because it might confuse you. It's about nutrition, what to eat, what not to eat. So I don't want to go there. But I will tell you this. Food, which is shocking for me, it should be shocking for you. Define food that you eat, define if you will be capable to become humble. That's a shock. Food is not a spiritual thing. Food, what I'm eating now will define me? Can't be. And that's what Rabbi Isaac Luria writes. Rabbi Isaac Luria writes like that. Why are we eating? Why are you even eating? What's the purpose of eating food? What do you need to eat? I mean, nutrition will tell you for the body, for this, B12 and all those, I don't want to say nonsense, but information. According to Rabbi Isaac Luria, and bring here in Pituchei Chotam by Rabbi Yaakov Abu Chasera and Ben Ishchai, all the Kabbalists. Those are mystical Kabbalists, not regular Kabbalists. People used to fly, used to do all kind of magic. And they write like that. When Adam and Eve commit a crime in the Garden of Eden, they ate from a tree that's called good and bad. Tree of knowledge, good and bad. They took the good and the bad, they mixed it. What happened when you mix the good and the bad together? You have to slowly separate the good from the bad to bring it back like it was in the time of creation. Unfortunately, the good and the bad exist everywhere, right now, as we speak about. So when you take an animal, let's say cow, chicken, turkey, within the animal, there is the good part and the bad part. The reason we're eating with our 32 teeth, if you still have them, is basically the chewing of the food, the meditation, the blessing that you do before each food. There is special blessings. Don't just thank you, God, and I appreciate what you did for us. That's very nice, okay, kind. But there is blessing that break the code between the bad and the good. And you need to know them by heart. Once you said the blessing, those blessings actually separate the bad from the good. You say the puck. The good and bad separate. The bad go, you know where? The bathroom. And the good is going to your soul. That good part called nitzotzot, sparks of energy, that fell into the dark side. Once it fell into the dark side, without going to a lot of details, it's been captured by different animals, or by different vegetables, or by different minerals. And your job, by chewing the food, by blessing the food, by doing all this meditation, it helps you to take the good part of the food, let go of the bad, and that good part of the food start to motivate you to become humble. All mind-blowing thing. Food? That's it? In the end of the day, is what I'm eating? Yeah, what are you eating? What are you eating? Ki adam hu anefesh. So why there is kosher food, non-kosher food? Most people love shrimps, lobster, and pig. I mean, wherever you go, this is the food. If you live in the Philippines, that's the food. If you're in the Philippines and you don't eat pig, you die. You have to eat pig. This is the main dish. Pig. What's wrong with pig? I mean, after all, it's a fat animal, enough meat. It grow up. You just feed it whatever. I don't know if you saw how they feed pigs, but pigs never lift their head up. That's what they call pig, because they see food. That's it. That's it. And then, so, why not pig? So the Ari asked it, by the way. Rabbi Isaac Luria asked that question 500 years ago. Nobody dared in those days to say that. So because the pig has more percent of the negative than the positive. Is the pig has something positive? Of course. But he can elevate the positive out of the negative. So what happens when you eat the wrong food, that negative start to affect you without you know. So you are eating, And by the way, even if you eat kosher food, if you don't do the meditation, even kosher food, if you don't do the meditation, it will affect you the same, he said. And not only that, say Rabbi Isaac Luria, it will not only affect you, it will affect the people that might be reincarnated within that animal. So if there is this poor person who was a killer 450 years ago, being reincarnated into a stone, because that's a reincarnation of a killer. Stone, and diamond too, by the way. That's why they kill for diamond. So, reincarnate into a stone. And now, the stone, it's time for that person, after 450 years, to get out of prison. Not prison like now, but the prison in stone. So the divine, the angel, bring a cow. The cow eat the vegetable. Within the vegetables come a piece of that stone. And that cow arrived to your table. There's a steak. You heard just Eliyahu lecture, you go into a kosher restaurant, there's a steak. Within that steak, actually, there is a reincarnation of a killer from 450 years ago. Looking at you from the plate, looking at your eyes, please meditate. Please say the blessing. And please don't eat it just for your pleasure. Please eat it to elevate me. It's actually, they speak, we cannot hear them. And we are steak, oh my God, that's a juicy steak. Can I have some Tabasco, little bread? We are not even busy with the elevation. We are busy with the taste. That's it. That steak will definitely not make you humble. Say the Ari, it's going to make you worse than you were before you ate it. And the Ari continue and say, if you sometimes hear about people, all of a sudden good people, they took a gun and start shooting people, always look at their diet, what they ate before. He said, go and check what they ate before, and what they ate before actually had the killer within the food. It go into the vein, into the body, and they become the killer for 450 years ago. When I read that, so should I share everything? Debbie said, share only 10%, that's what I'm doing. I said, this is a little bit of a mind-blowing. Our behavior come from the food we're eating? I mean, I don't know if there is a proof to it physically, but at least spiritually. Our behavior, how humble we are in the food. And I'm not talking about vegan, by the way. Dari in one of the sections say that you can become vegan. It will be actually more difficult for you to elevate the vegan food. Why? Because the universe has 4 categories. Minerals, vegetables, animal, and human. Animal to human is closer, so it's easier to elevate it. But if you eat animal without the right kosher thing, without the meditation, without the blessing, then unfortunately the animal bring you down, very low level, for a long time. Then you bring the reincarnation that was in the animal also down, back to the stone, for another 450 years. That person created disaster for the universe, for himself, for others, for everybody else. So the food we're eating, the food, how much you're chewing the food, is defined by what's going to happen to you, how humble you're going to be. Look at the food. So now, it makes me, and I hope it will make you, look at the food in a different way this week. You no longer look at the food like, no, but it is a big deal. Whatever they give you, carrot, or chips, or tortillas, or ice cream, or I don't know what I ate today, avocado. That avocado being crushed for you was once on a tree. That once on a tree is actually on your plate. It's your chance now. Do it right, or wait, don't eat. And then your entire eating becoming, I'm sifting. The word is to sift. To separate the good from the bad. That's all day long what you're doing. You're sifting. Food is a serious business, which I realized it yesterday, not from a nutrition point of view. Serious spiritual business. Serious spiritual business. I don't care what restaurant you choose, whatever you do. When the food arrives, just stop. Relax. Look at the food. Say, okay, I have the biggest responsibility here for the people inside there, and I have the biggest responsibility for my soul. There is a whole thing going on. It's not a joke. So now you take the food, you look at it like, wow, what a great opportunity for me to become humble, to become more psychic, to become more knowledgeable of what's going on around me. People will start liking me because I'm helping souls. Don't worry about so much the taste and all this and that. And I always tell people, choose one food you don't like and eat it once a year. It can be one food that you don't like, one vegetables, one type of thing. I remember I didn't like mango. Never liked mango. Can't stand mango. So I said, I have to elevate the mango. It's got to be some spark waiting for me. And I started making myself eating mango. It was in New York. I'm eating mango the speed as I can. Sometimes you don't like it. And at one point I tried again, and I tried again. Once a year I tried again. And one day I remember it tastes good. So I love mango now. So wow. But now you don't elevate some spark. You got to find those things that you're not crazy about. I'm not a big fan of steak. Sometimes there is one place in New York that I will eat steak only there because it's good for me. There's elevation there. I feel like something's going on. And the restaurant is not amazing at all. Everything that celery, can stand celery. I don't understand that vegetables with a line like that. I don't get it. Okay? Find elevation. But you can elevate everything around you, and through that you can be humble. Through that you can become more kind. Through that you can become more connected. So what I'm giving you this weekly inspiration this week, one subject, being humble, is the goal of achieving every dream you ever want. But one of the tools that I'm revealing to you tonight, food. Food that doesn't seem to be as important as we thought if we do it with the right meditation. If you do it with the right meditation. And eating kosher is no longer from a religious point of view, as most people think. It has to do with something totally different. We talk about which human is reincarnated where. So if somebody reincarnated into a pig, that means it's 85% bad. He has 15% good, but we can't take it out. If we try to take it out, we become worse than the person inside. So that's the kosher thing. Unfortunately, for thousands of years, many religious rabbis teach the kosher food is all about religion. Not true. It's all about how you elevate yourself to the next level. So the reason you don't eat shrimp or lobster or something like that, it's not from a religious point of view. It's what can I elevate? Am I capable of elevating that? If I'm not capable, why would I want to touch it? I can't. I just can't. There's a thing I can. There is a guy where I cannot. So if you just chasing the thing that is forbidden, you're not punishing God. God is not looking at you with a gun and saying, I've got you now. It's a whole different thing. And I will tell you that without telling you the details. If you try 1 year, and please take note, 1 year, and focus on how you eat, how you bless, and what you eat, 1 year, and write the change that start happening to you, you will be shocked. I know it from my experience, so I can tell you. You'll be shocked. Everything starts with your habit of eating. I'm telling you one of the biggest secrets, without going to the whole section. Everything in spiritual change becomes with the habit of eating. How do you eat? How often? What do you eat? Why you eat? When you start thinking like that, spiritual things start to shift and change. For example, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's son used to eat a lot. He was like 320 pounds. But he was such a high level that it wasn't about the food. He could fix the whole world just by chewing. Just by chewing. So, I'm not in that level. Maybe you are. But if you're not in that level and you are on the same page as me, we got to start watching why we eat, when we eat. Eating is one of the highest level of reaching to a spiritual level. But you got to do it right. Gotta do it right. If you eat some, snack, all this, take it seriously. Take everything seriously. Food is not just for your body, my friend. Food is for your soul. So close your eyes just for 30 seconds. I know we did it in the beginning already. And please choose one person in your life that you believe this information can help them. One person in your life that you believe this simple information can help them. And promise yourself that you will be patient with them, even if they will not want to listen. You'll be patient with them to explain it to them step by step. And you're not going to get hurt. Your ego will not get hurt if they're not willing to listen to you. You're going to hear this lecture and then slowly share it with them in a way that will be good for them, not for you. The way that will be good for them. Thank you for coming, everybody, and have a great night. Thank you.